Okay, y'all, I'm trying to get this done in 3 minutes. All right. So I don't know if you all follow Consciously. If you haven't, if you don't, please follow that man because, he always brings up issues in regards to our community. However, he brought up this one issue that not a lot of people are talking about. So I was like, you know what? Let me jump on this because 10 years ago, I absolutely talked about this and I actually wrote papers on it and with my master's program. And it was talking about the correlation of, education of young students versus, having an incarcerated parent, along those lines or whatever, and how it deals with the family structure and the finances and the strain and all the things, and talking about, and I focus specifically on Virginia state prisons. Let me explain something to you. Those prisons up there, those jails, they are freaking horrible. I've seen the shit in person. I've seen it, I've actually gotten, live accounts from actual inmates. Because I did like a letter write program, like it was a whole thing, y'all. So you have these 12 men who self-emulated themselves, basically meaning they set themselves on fire, so that they could get out because of the inherent racism, the mistreatment, the inhumane conditions. Like, it is bad, y'all. I'm talking about people are being left in the hole from anywhere from 2 weeks to 600 days. And if you don't remember, there was a documentary some years ago, and it was a El Salvadorian inmate. I think his name was Nicholas Reyes. Anyways, this man spoke no English. The only reason he left his ass in the fucking hole was because he could not speak English to complete the step down program to get the fuck out of there. I mean, be fucking for real. But see, here's the thing. This prison and then the sister prison opened in 1999. This one opened in 1998. Because if you remember back then, because I don't know about y'all, but I was in high school. I remember when they were trying to talk about, like that summer where it was supposed to be like this big crime wave or whatever, and like really scaring people, like, we were going to be murdered in our houses or walking home from school. It was crazy. But anyways, it was a whole bunch of things where this prisons and things like this were supposed to be built so they could house like the worst of the worst people. And this prison in particular was supposed to house at least 800 of the worst criminals because they call it, the supermax prison. But when they could not fill those prison spots, guess what they did? They started getting people from other states, and they started, whenever people were committing infractions or whatever, having violations in other like lower level correction facilities, they were bringing them and dropping them off here as saying, they were a danger to themselves or a danger to other people. Now, here's the thing. The warden that people have reached out to speak to, I think his name is David Anderson, he has tried to say that, nothing was happening, but then he was like, I don't think I should be commenting on this or whatever. So we already know because they didn't talk to these little people's mamas. So Demetrius Wallace, he is 27. He set his leg on fire. Let me explain something to you. They let this man sit here for days before they absolutely took him to the 7 hours to the VCU so that he could get his actual treatment. The doctor that treated him was so fucking pissed off because it was like, yo, why was he not here sooner? He was like, I can't even treat this man because he is so badly damaged. I'm gonna have to put him on antibiotics before I can perform the fucking skin graft to actually